clearly being fishermen, now bold preachers, good shepherd, like the figure of Peter. And it reminds me of our former rector in Christ the King when there was an announcement that he would become a bishop for the Apostolic Vicariate of San Jose. We were there in our recreation room and we were waiting for the announcement. We didn't realize that it would be one of us who would be elected as a good shepherd, as a bishop. And there was just a kind of a Zoom meeting from Rome. We were all waiting for who would become the good shepherd. And when it was announced that it would be Bishop Pabs who would become a shepherd for the Apostolic Vicariate of San Jose, immediately my first question to him was that, what will be your coat of arms, your theme, your motto that would lead you shepherding the Vicariate of San Jose? And definitely he did not prepare to become a bishop, but immediately he said, the Good Shepherd. What I receive now as a gift to be a good shepherd of San Jose, I receive it from God. And it will only be God who can make me a good shepherd. To be a good shepherd is a recognition of how God can transform our weakness into strength, our frailties, our traumas, our brokenness into a gift to people. And you know how Jesus was made a good shepherd. He was made a good shepherd out of his suffering for people. And we see how in his being a good shepherd, how he could really esteem the weak and the feeble, those who were humiliated, those who are mocked in the society. You see the attitude of Jesus to the weak. Why? Because he himself experienced being humiliated, being mocked, becoming a sheep, as it were, the lamb to be slaughtered. And it is only in recognizing our weakness that God can work through our own weakness and empower us. And when Bishop Pabs was saying to us that he would take the Good Shepherd as his coat of arms, I remembered many times because he was my mentor. And there were so many times when I was a seminarian that I wanted to give up in my studies, in philosophy, in theology. And he would always say this, Aris, just cooperate. The Good Shepherd will work for you. In order to become a good shepherd, we just need to cooperate. Don't resist the work of God. That is how good shepherds are made. You don't need to be extraordinary. You just have to cooperate with the grace of God. And when I was studying in the US and finding my way, the difficulty of doing the research in my dissertation, Father Pabs wrote me a letter and told me, Aris, you know, everything that you needed to succeed are already there in you. You just have to cooperate. Let grace flow through your weakness. And this is the good news that we celebrate today. We may know good shepherds who are not really kind of good, very weak, feeble. We know their shadows, but we know and trust to the Lord how through their shadows God can use them as instruments of light. And so in the second reading of today, we also recognize how the 12 apostles from the letter of St. Peter, particularly the figure of Peter, as first being a sheep until eventually, through the grace of God, became a good shepherd of the church. When Jesus was saying, I am the good shepherd, it simply means that we are the sheep. And it's not very easy to accept that we are sheep. It is easy to recognize that we are a good shepherd because we are the shepherd, we are the pastor. But to recognize that Jesus is the good shepherd, it is also to recognize that we are the sheep. And you know the qualities of sheep.
Ano siya eh,
The sheep is one of the dumbest animals. I tell you.
retainer siya.
That is why when you are a sheep, when you are a lost sheep, 99% you will not find your way back to the sheepfold because you are so dumb. You need a shepherd to find you and bring you back to the sheepfold. That is why the strength of the sheep, even if he is dumb, the strength of the sheep rests